I think Agnes might be a villain.
Agatha, yeah, 110%.
She's the next door neighbor, isn't she?
Yeah, she's definitely a villain. Yeah.
Because she seems to be the only one who's not under the control.
Yep.
Because there's that weird scene where she says, "Should we take it from the top?" As if they've missed their lines. So she's obviously, she understands what's going on, and she witnesses Wanda do her powers, doesn't give a damn, and she watches the children age up.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
she's like, "How about that then?"
Oh, she's Agatha Harkness, isn't she? She is a witch. She's 110% a witch. Like she's playing a role, and her husband character, who we're yet to see, is definitely playing a role as well. Without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, there was that whole bit, wasn't there, where obviously she goes into the house at the beginning, and when she's got a real interest in the twins, doesn't she? She's got a real thing about them. She's always there. And then I noticed as well, I don't know if this is me looking too much into this, but she specifically says about the dark liquor, and put a bit of emphasis on the dark. Like, I think it's all something to do with dark magic and dark, you know what I mean? I just feel like
yeah. I think you can't look too much. You can't look too much into this show because there's too many coincidences for them. So like, I really think she is a villain because she just seems to be. She doesn't care about what's going on, and also she speaks about Monica, don't they? In the 2 episodes ago, where she, and she doesn't want to reveal anything to Vision, but says, she doesn't come from anywhere, and they also reference the fact where they are, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not telling you," kind of goes off. So yeah, she's going to be a witch. What's her actual character name?
Agatha Harkness, isn't it? Agatha Harkness? Or Agatha Harkness, yeah. I think so. That's how you pronounce her surname. Harkness, yeah.
And she's a witch in the comics, is she?
Yeah, I don't know too much about her, but I know she's definitely a witch. I think she may have been a witch started around the time of like the Salem witch trials or something. And I know she's also got a history with the mother of Doctor Doom, who was also a witch, which is quite interesting. But yeah, I mean, she's definitely going to play great. She's too good of an actress as well to not utilise well. I think she can be part of it going on. Yeah.
Yeah, Catherine Hahn's very good. So yeah, I think that's definitely something because obviously Vision has his moment with Norm, who he obviously brings out a sort of mind control, and I think that was interesting as well. Why this could be Agnes, because Norm doesn't specifically say Wanda is in his head.
Yeah.
He says she is in my head. Obviously,
great point.
From there, you're supposed to
stop. Who?
She's in my head. None of it is my own.
Put 2 and 2 together because everything is saying it's Wanda.
Great point.
But I think it's someone like Agnes at the start, but then Wanda has become more self-aware of what's going on. Because in the first couple of episodes, it seemed Wanda wasn't particularly self-aware of what was going on. She saw the radio and was kind of like, "Oh, what's that?" The little toy helicopter come down. She was like, "That's weird. What's this doing around here?"
Yeah.
And now I think she's getting more awareness of what's going on. So I think what Norm says, that he says she's in my head, I think directly points to Agnes.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point. I actually agree with you. And also the whole thing. I know I was going to say it's very unusual. At the beginning of the show, obviously she makes a very conscious effort to Vision, about how they can't be seen to do this, to do that. And then in this episode in particular, whenever Agatha's around, she's just performing magic, doing all the stuff left, right, and centre. Like, she makes the dog collar, doesn't she? Like, right in front of her, and like it's as if she just doesn't give a shit anymore about doing all this stuff. Like, yeah, find it fascinating.
Yeah, and Agnes has always, she came in with the doghouse. How does she, and Vision even says, like, when there's Agnes who has exactly what we need, and that was obviously at the point when he was questioning everything. So, yeah, I think there's something going on between those two, and like you say, like she's a witch, maybe. Yeah,
I wonder if she was integral in the dog dying as well.
Yes, I think she was, because then she you hear the kids say you can bring her back. You brought back Dad. Something like that. They said, and she even says you can do that. Do you know what I mean? And it's not like she's like, what the fuck? She's like, wow, you, and that's like another thing you can do. So I think she wants the kids to age up when they're useful to her.
Yeah.
Because they're about to age up, aren't they?
Yeah.
And she says, no, don't do that. Like, you got to deal with stuff. Don't just age up. And I think that's what Agnes wants. She wants them to get to an age where they are useful to her.
Yeah.
And they're not quite there yet.
I'll tell you something else which I find really, really cool as well, which obviously we were discussing about her breaking into the facility and taking Vision's parts and stuff like that. When the dog dies, right, Wanda actually tells the kid, she goes, there are some things you shouldn't do, like aging, because obviously she has no control over their whole aging process. And she also says, and bringing people back to life, which might actually imply that she didn't bring Vision back to life. That wasn't actually her doing. Why would you specifically tell the kid, you do not bring people back to life? It's not as if she's learning from her mistakes. I genuinely don't think that she did that. I don't think she's the one that brought Vision back. Seriously.
I think, maybe you're right. Maybe she didn't bring Vision back. And obviously we're not 100% sure if Vision is back. I've seen some trailers which are obviously going to probably answer that question. I won't reveal any of the trailers. I know you don't watch all the trailers, do you? And I've seen probably too many.
I did watch. I actually, before we came on, watched the trailer for episode 5 and 6.
I haven't watched any episode trailers. I saw one trailer which was like a load of the episodes where they're going to do like a Modern Family parody and stuff like that. But yeah, so let's talk about the big reveal.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing quickly?
I'm going to say no, you can't.
All right, I'll carry on as you.
No, go.
Yeah, carry on, Matt. Yeah. Just one thing, right? Theory time, which I find quite interesting. Okay, so obviously we see when they show the video of them operating, or we see the video of Vision's body. Why are there so many agents around Vision's body? Like, why are they operating on it? Why is it all apart? Why are all of his limbs apart? They're operating on... He died in Infinity War, right? That was 5 years prior to this, right? Could they possibly be... Like, could Sword, like we mentioned last week, be infiltrated by Hydra or AIM or something? And could they be trying to make another weapon like Ultron?
Okay, Charlie, I'm going to have to stop you right there.
I think it'll be AIM that have infiltrated them. I don't think it'd be Hydra, because I think MCU are trying to get away from
but if
Hydra
they were
now.
trying to get away from Hydra, why would they just be putting in the Hydra like commercials in the broadcast?
I think that they're supposed to be like nods to her life, aren't they?
Yeah, but I still think Hydra. I know, 100%, of course, but I still think Hydra are playing a part here.
Maybe. I've been feeling last year's MCU they're kind of done with Hydra. Maybe they'll try and do someone new, but you never know. Maybe sometimes sticking to the old things is the best thing to do.
I know we joked about this last week, but I do genuinely think that AIM and Hydra are now some sort of a one sort of thing. Like,
they're all kind of one in the end, aren't they? That's how all these bloody groups work. Like in Ant-Man, when they're selling the Ant-Man technology, they got everyone there. They got every bastard there. I think they got the 10 rings there. They got Hydra. Everyone went in. Yeah. They're like the Legion of Doom in DC. They're all just together.
True that.
So yeah. Well, let's talk about the big reveal that Pietro is back. Mm-hmm. But he's been recast as Evan Peters from the X-Men films, which he was rumoured to be in it, but still come as a huge surprise to me. She knew who he was. She said Pietro. So she knew that was a version of Pietro. And okay, I'll tell you what I think it is. She's gone, I want a Pietro. I'll rip open another multiverse and I'll just grab the Pietro from there, and he can play Pietro now in my universe, in my sitcom. That's how it's recast.
I don't think she's done that.
You don't think she's done that?
No.
Yeah, maybe not, because the knock at the door and Vision looks at her and she says, I haven't done that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that was like a moment I felt actually she's telling the truth, because she is now surprised. She's like, no, actually, I'll admit it, I am doing stuff, but I haven't done that. But she knew who he was. immediately.
Well, that's the question, isn't it? She did know who it was, but I don't know. Maybe, there's this whole vibe of family going on at the moment, and I don't know, maybe like a Mephisto type character or an Agatha type character has thought they were going to bring more of her family into play, and in doing so they've just gone into a multiverse and bought I don't know, there's so many questions, I don't know, but he hasn't been recast. That I can tell you as much. No way. No way. But I don't know. We don't know. Like, this is the thing, isn't it? Like, we get given all this new information, but we still don't know anything. Like,
I wonder. And also, he knows who she is. Like, it's bizarre. It's obviously the Pietro from the X-Men films.
Yeah.
But is that mean now going forward they're going to take X-Men from, like I said, if you're popular enough, you're the one that comes over. If you're not, you get recast. It's bizarre. So how is this how they're going to introduce the X-Men now?
We've got our first mutant, haven't we?
Yeah, is Michael Fassbender going to come across or someone like that? Do you know what I mean? Like,
can you imagine?
Oh, it would be, but that's someone they would do. They would get. They would go, yeah, why not him? He's fantastic.
I'll go one step further.
Yeah, Ian McKellen.
I genuinely think there is a very strong, I'll go above 50% possibility that by the end of this series, we get either an appearance from Ian McKellen or Fassbender.
Maybe.
Because they said there is a cameo coming in this show, which is Luke Skywalker level.
But is this not the cameo?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I would be very, very surprised if Benedict Cumberbatch is not in this in some form as well.
Is that Luke Skywalker level cameo though?
But who's a Luke Skywalker level in the MCU? And okay, yeah, all right, fine. I'd agree. Probably Fassbender or McKellen would be. I doubt McKellen would do it. He's pretty old now. I doubt it. He's been, and as well like Jackman, he's been doing it 20 years, so it's probably time to hang the old helmet up.
I think Doctor Strange is probably the obvious choice, but I do think there are other possibilities. So the other possibility is obviously Evan Peters is the cameo, which is very probable. It's a massive reveal, so it's very probable. Magneto, like we said, and it would complete the whole family vibe, wouldn't it? The whole, she's got her husband with her now, she's got her brother with her now, she's got the twins, and then her father figure comes in. Very possible.
Yeah, true.
The other one, which I think is another possibility, is I genuinely think it's it's out of left field, but I think there's a possibility, very slim, that we could get a appearance from Reed Richards in this show.
They can't have everyone, Luke.
They can very easily bring Reed Richards into this. Easily.
It sounds like you just want everyone.
No,
everyone
I'm not saying. All I'm saying is that there is a scene earlier in this episode. Sorry, Monica specifically says when her, Darcy, and what's the agent called again? I've completely forgotten his name.
Wong. Jimmy Wong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jimmy Woo.
When they're all discussing aerospace engineering, yeah? Monica says she knows an aerospace engineer and then it never gets revealed again. What if Reed Richards is that aerospace engineer?
That would be pretty cool. Yeah,
and I think it's very, very possible that could happen.